Hello and welcome to our presentation, where we'll be looking at some of the important things you need to know about China as far as communication is concerned. It is of paramount importance to note that Chinese, just like everyone around the globe, have certain beliefs and practices that they embrace. These are some of the few among many other. The number 4 is considered as a number of death. In the local Chinese culture, the unlucky number is 14, because in Cantonese it sounds like must or will die, hence the link of 4 to death. Number 7 is deemed as ghostly, since it coincides with the 7th lunar month of the Chinese calendar, in which this month, according to the Chinese culture, is the ghost month. And during the ghost month, it is believed that the gates of hell open and the ghosts would wander to the human world in search of food.
Okay, business etiquette do's and don'ts. You need to be well prepared for meetings. Examples would be having at least 20 copies of your presentation, or at least enough for everyone, or some extras. Your printout should be in black and white so it's less distracting. Do not show too much emotion and remain professional. Don't make any embarrassing gestures or ruin the mood. The top-ranking person will enter the room first, and then the following lower ranks. Okay, meetings and meals in China. Outfits that are too flashy are frowned upon. As for exchanging of business cards, so bring plenty of business cards so you could hand out to all your coworkers and bosses. Having cards in different languages is also a big factor. When you're getting a card or giving a card, you should hold it with 2 hands. When receiving the card, look over it attentively. Don't immediately put it away, because that's considered rude. Official policy in Chinese business forbids gifts is considered as bribery and illegal in China.
Okay, act of respect. Point your finger. It is quite considered rude for Chinese and other people to call somebody's attention. Table manners. Chinese are known for their politeness. That's why they allow elders to be seated first. In gathering, members of the table must try every dishes available because it is polite and encouraged to sample every dish. Chopstick etiquette. Chinese are serious about chopstick etiquette. That's why you should hold the chopstick properly. Never point it to someone. Don't dig around your food for particular item. And never stab your food with the chopsticks, which makes them stand on the bowl. This can look like 2 sticks of incense burning at a funeral and can be associated with death. Ribbons and bows are fine, especially if they are red, gold, pink, and yellow. Red symbolizes good luck, gold symbolizes wealth and fortune, and pink and yellow symbolizes happiness. If the receiver is a friend, alcohol, tea, tobacco, and fruits are considered nice gifts. If the receiver is a senior, gloves, hats, fruits, and ginseng are perfect gifts. If the receiver is a couple, especially newly married couple, don't give them pears or umbrellas, because Chinese pronunciation of pear is exactly the same as divorce.
Okay, so as we all know, social media in China is different with other countries' social media. As we know, most of the country we are using Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Yahoo, and a lot of social media. But in China, they have their own unique social media, such like QQ, the penguin here, WeChat, and Weibo, and those famous social media in China. And one of the big social media company in China is Tencent. This company runs 90% social media in China, and most of people using WeChat to paying the taxi or order the food. And this company work together with the mobile PUBG and the League of Legends. So some fun fact of China's social media. Chinese people don't using their own self as a profile picture, because in China culture, they think showing their real face is really dangerous. They are using the shortened alphabetic to communication with each other. And the teenager like to using meme and sticker more than the verbal expression.
Communication style of Chinese. The Chinese rely heavily on indirect communication in order for them to maintain harmonious relations. Watch and observe carefully and learn to read their body signals for sign of enthusiasm or disagreement. They rely less on words and are more attentive to posture, expression, and tone of voice to draw meaning. The do's in communicating with Chinese people. Greetings. When greeting a Chinese person, address it by using an honorific title followed by their surname. Greet Chinese people with a polite ni hao, and note that this is done as a sign of respect to those in a more senior position. Try to abstain from interrupting or filling the silence during conversation. This signifies politeness and respect. Next is be patient. Chinese people often allude to their meaning instead of getting straight to the point. Rushing them or being impatient will likely make it uncomfortable for them to communicate with you. Last is a soft handshake. In China, firm handshake could be construed as a sign of aggression. A brief handshake is better and has become the norm in China. The don'ts in communicating with Chinese people. Frowning. Avoid frowning while someone is talking. Many Chinese people avoid expressing emotion in public, so acting in a reserved manner is encouraged. Also, try and maintain quiet and impassive expression when speaking. Next is avoid staring. When conversing with an unfamiliar elder, one may lower their head to lower their gaze. This is a sign of respect. Hand gestures, particularly pointing your finger around, can be considered rude in Mandarin-speaking countries. Only use an open hand if you like to talk with gestures. Last is using large hand movement. The Chinese do not speak with their hands, and your movement may end up distracting your host.
In China, the family is largely understood through Confucian thought. Let's talk about the Confucianism. In Confucian thinking, the family contains the most important relationships for individuals and forms the foundations of all social organization. A husband is expected to exhibit dominance and kindness to his wife in return for obedience and love, and offer guidance and protection to his children in return for respect and obedience. Confucian rules are not strictly adhered to anymore. Nevertheless, children are still expected to obey their parents and honor their elders. This is in accordance with filial piety, the Confucian tenet that stresses the importance of age.